there watching me? I'm not sure I like being stared at. It's disturbing. Good morning vlog. It is not morning anymore. It is like 1 in the afternoon. But I woke up feeling pretty darn crappy because I didn't eat much yesterday, and whenever I don't eat a lot, I feel like crap the next day. So my mom made me some pancakes this morning, and I'll preface this by saying they're really small, really thin pancakes. So I managed to eat 5 of them, and now I'm super nauseous and bloated. But that's probably just like all I'm gonna eat today. And yeah, so I'm just gonna rest, and Sherlock's gonna rest, taking it easy on training. My battery died, so yeah. Basically, my life isn't that interesting, and I'm just gonna rest today. And I'm really nauseous. I said this yesterday in the vlog, but then when I was editing, I edited it out because it just didn't fit. But next weekend, Nate's finally coming for a visit, so that's exciting. Kind of. I mean, I'm trying not to think about it because I don't know if it's just me, but when there's something really exciting coming up, I just try not to think about it so that it gets here faster. And also so I don't get like nervous and anxious. So yeah, but I'm excited anyways. Though really nervous about how this is gonna work out. Like, cause I still have to train him and be attached to him even if Nate's here. So that might be problematic, especially since somebody loves people so much. Alright, so I am now puking on a bunch of pancakes. My goal was for that to be the only meal I ate today. I guess that's probably still going to be the case, but maybe I'll see if I can squeeze in a meal replacement or something. But I didn't want to document the puking. I wanted to document that this little booger was passed out. And then I started vomiting and retching and having severe abdominal pain and going pale like I do. And he got very concerned, woke himself up from his very precious sleep. He loves his beauty sleep. And came, see, he's calmer now because I've stopped puking for a bit, and sat up like right here next to me. And like I lean over to puke, right? Like this. And then after I'm done, I'm really exhausted. My heart rate gets kind of high and it really drains me. So he was letting me, I don't know if he'll let me do it now because I'm not puking, but taking my head and just going like this. And just resting my head on him after I was done so I could recover before I had to use up my abdominal muscles to sit up. And then I asked him for a pause up for a hug, and he gave me a nice big hug. He's still in training, obviously. He's not an actual service dog, but a lot of service dog work starts with what dogs naturally do as an instinct. You know, dogs naturally want to help you because you're their caretaker. You feed them and stuff. He knows I was weak, and he knew, like, all right, I gotta help you out a little bit so you can give me lunch. So he did really good, and he's there for me. Right, little booger? You gonna stay there for me? Also, dogs are totally not grossed out with you like puking, and they'll still give you kisses even after you've just puked. So, you know, if you have a like gross disorder, I don't consider it gross, but I know a lot of people consider GI disorders to be gross because it involves bodily functions. But if you have a gross disorder, get yourself a dog, because dogs don't know the definition of gross. So I violently vomited some more, and TMI, but I had some really stinky poop, which is never a good sign for me because that means my food's not digesting. And then I violently vomited while having stinky poop. Sherlock is very concerned. So now we're on the hunt for something called Kate Farms. They make feeding tube formula called Core Essentials that you can live off of, but obviously that's medical, so you have to order that from a specialty store online. So we're just looking for like the meal replacement that they make for healthy people, because it's gentle on your stomach and I can't tolerate inshores and stuff. But we have to drive 2 hours to find a store that has them. So, all right, we are on an adventure, right, Sherlock? Can you guys even see him? He's so black, dark. Oh, there you are. Hi, Tonka. Yes. You excited? Are you excited? Tell the vlog why you're excited. Say, I'm in the car. You look so cute. Yeah, all right. So we brought Sherlock along because he is doing really well on car rides, and there's really no point not to bring him along because I'm not going to be getting down into any public buildings anyways. We do have to drive 2.5 hours, so it's a bit of a drive for him, but he loves car rides, and like, it was either that or leaving him home in his playpen, which would have been a lot more mean to him. So bringing him along because he's super sweet and cuddly, and we're gonna, hopefully I have the energies, we're gonna try to find like a little hiking area where we're going so he can go on his little walk, but at a like hiking area instead of out in the suburbs, which I think he'll really like. And we're doing this all so that I can get some formula. So Kate Farms makes a formula that is like for a feeding tube, so it has total nutrition, so you can survive off of it. Obviously, no vitamin store is gonna have that because it's considered medical grade, so you have to order it off of line. But they do have the meal replacement, which isn't total nutrition. I can't live off of it for weeks on end, but it's better than nothing, and it's gentler than Ensure and Boost, which is what I have been drinking when I go into these flares, and I can't really tolerate them very well. So we're gonna hopefully try this, and hopefully it helps. At the very least, we're going on a nice little road trip with my puppers and getting some experience in the car. You are so cuddly.
Bethany, why you don't mind going on such a long drive when you're in so much discomfort?
I don't know. I don't know if it's just me, but I think other chronically ill people are like that too. I hate it when I'm feeling at my worst just sitting at home. Like, I know that's what you're supposed to do. Like, I logically know you're supposed to rest, but I hate it because it just makes me sit there doing nothing, thinking about all of the symptoms I'm going through. I gotta put this thing up so I don't get a headache. So yeah, I'm really bad. Especially, there are some things that knock me down and I'm like, all right, I gotta stay home. And that's like when my POTS is acting really bad and it's super hot outside, or when I have a lot of joint pain. I usually don't go out because I'm just in too much pain to sit anywhere. But stomach pain, especially, and stomach problems, I hate sitting at home. Because I'm just sitting at home, not eating food, feeling like crap. If I go out, it's a nice distraction. When I have a puppers with me, it's also super fun. It just gives me something to do other than feeling sick all the time. Oh my goodness. See guys, he loves the car. Do you see what he's doing, Mommy? He's like leaning back so I can scratch his head. Admittedly, going out when I'm this sick does require more work. Also, if I'm going into another flare-up like the ones I've had in the past, this is probably one of my last few days where my blood sugar isn't gonna be dropping like crazy and I'm not gonna have any energy to do anything. So, might as well enjoy it and do something fun before I go into a massive flare-up. We're here, and my dad's inside getting the goods because I can't go inside obviously because I have to watch Sherlock and he's not cleared for public access yet. It's okay, buddy, don't be embarrassed. I wasn't cleared for public access until I was like 3 years old. He's loving the car ride. He's been in the car for 2 hours and loves it. We got parked in a stoplight, and this like drives me insane that people do this because it's really annoying for my sensory issues, but there were like, I don't know, 4 motorcycles right beside us, and not only do they have these loud ass cars, which I know they can't do anything about because they're motorcycles, they're like blasting the radio. So it started hurting my ears and stuff, and my mom goes, what about Sherlock, is he okay? Because we used to have a dog that was super afraid of motorcycles and would lose their mind. Sherlock didn't care. He was like, whatever. Don't really mind loud noises. Alrighty, we got the goods. Sherlock is very fascinated by the goods. It's not for puppies. It's got chocolate. It'll upset your tummy. It's gonna do the opposite to your tummy than it would do for me, so I gotta shake it well. So this is the complete formula, so it's designed for lack of a better term, healthy people as a meal replacement, like before you go to the gym, which you all know I do so often. and to help with nutrition, like a meal replacement basically, like Ensure. So I'm supposed to be drinking the core essentials technically because I'm replacing my entire diet with it, but obviously that's medical grade, so they're not gonna have it at a little vitamin shop. Instead, we're gonna settle for this right now because we don't have time to wait for shipping because I've been puking all day and my blood sugar's low, so I'm gonna try it. He's so interested. Okay. Hold my hand. Smells fine. And it tastes okay. Isn't that the worst? Yeah. I can handle that. Taste-wise. We'll see if my stomach can handle it. So my plan is to drink as much as I can tolerate every half an hour. Kind of like trying to do what a feeding tube would be doing with continuous feeds, but obviously orally. So hopefully I can tolerate that. But it tastes pretty good, actually. It's pretty good. Sherlock. Do you like the smell of it? Check my breath. Woo! Don't lick my mouth. Oh, he likes it. He says that smells a lot better than your vomit, mother. Can you see me? I guess you can't. Wow. You can kind of see me. Yeah, the car's dark. I'm sorry, you guys. We can't turn on a light. We went to a park. I had very low expectations for Tonka Truck, which he actually exceeded. I expected him to literally not even be able to make it to the trail because of how much pooling he was gonna do. So, just to explain, his correction for pooling is that I stop and I don't go anywhere until he stops pooling. So if he's in a very lungy mood, that means it takes us half an hour to move 2 feet. But for the first, I don't know, maybe 20 minutes or so, he walked like a dream, and then people started walking by with their dogs, and we kept having to pull him to the side and correct him, and he got very hyper and very lungy because he kept seeing all these dogs, you know, the thing that we need to work on. So after that, I kind of just lost him. He was just super crazy and super hyper. So we played some tug with a toy, and then we brought him back in the car, and I mean, honestly, for a puppy of his age that has never been outside of his neighborhood, I think he did amazing. Experienced a lot of things he has never experienced before. There were cars, there were fire hydrants, there were trees, there were dogs, there were kids. I was expecting him to show some sort of fear. Not afraid of anything. He did walk well, and he did do some drills. I had him sit and touch and some things like that. Update on the Cape Farms. So there's still a lot left in here. I drank maybe a third, probably less than that. Of course, it was evening, and in the evening my stomach tries to go to sleep, and also I had already eaten and puked a bunch today, so that plays a role in it. So I had maybe a total of 3 sips, and I was setting a timer every 40 minutes and taking a few sips. So a couple of things. One, it does not make me as nauseous as the Ensure and the Boost that I've drank before because it's not as dairy filled. 2, it makes me feel a lot more full. Like, one of the things I hated about my other meal replacements is I would eat them and then I'd be hungry 5 seconds later, and then I would want another one and then I'd puke it up. This made me feel full and I was good. I'm really hoping it'll work out well though, and I will get to have some nutrition. Oh, and it really helped with the blood sugar crash that I was having, so that's great. We're home! Are you happy to be home, Tonka? It's late. You need to go to sleep. Alright, so we are home. We're just gonna go to bed now. Hope you enjoyed coming along with us on Sherlock's first ever road trip, which he did surprisingly okay with. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Good night.